The universe is beautiful. It is also, almost everywhere, completely lethal. We live on a warm, gentle world, wrapped in a rare bubble of safety. But just beyond it lies a cosmos filled with objects so violent, so extreme, that they could erase our entire planet without slowing down. Tonight, we visit the most dangerous places in the universe. First, understand just how protected you are. Earth sits inside, not one, but several invisible shields, a thick atmosphere, a powerful magnetic field, and the sun's own vast bubble, holding back the harshest radiation of deep space. Strip away any one of those shields, and the surface of the Earth becomes uninhabitable in an instant. Everything you love survives inside a margin of safety thinner than the skin on an apple. The most familiar danger is also the oldest: rocks. Our solar system is littered with asteroids and comets, and the Earth has been struck before. 66 million years ago, a single mountain-sized rock ended the age of the dinosaurs in a single afternoon. And the first threat comes from the very thing that gives us life: the sun. Our star is a seething ball of nuclear fury, and every so often it lashes out. A solar flare can release the energy of billions of nuclear bombs in minutes, and a coronal mass ejection can hurl a billion tons of superheated plasma straight at us at millions of miles per hour. In 1859, one such storm, the Carrington event, set telegraph wires on fire around the world. If a storm that size struck our modern wired planet today, it could collapse power grids across entire continents for months. Space also rains down invisible bullets, cosmic rays, atomic particles accelerated to nearly the speed of light by distant catastrophes. One of them, nicknamed the Oh My God particle, hit our atmosphere carrying the energy of a fast-pitched baseball, packed into something smaller than a single atom. But the sun is a gentle neighbor compared to what waits in the wider galaxy. Because stars far larger than ours do not simply flare, they detonate. A supernova is one of the most powerful explosions in existence. For a few weeks, a single dying star can outshine an entire galaxy of 100 billion suns. If a supernova were to explode within about 50 light-years of Earth, its blast of radiation could strip away our ozone layer and trigger a mass extinction. The good news? No star that close is ready to blow. Probably. In fact, we may already be living inside the scar of ancient explosions. Our solar system sits within a vast hollowed-out region called the local bubble, carved from the galaxy by a series of supernovae that detonated near us millions of years ago. We live inside an old blast crater. One nearby star is worth watching. Betelgeuse, the red shoulder of Orion, is destined to explode. When it does, it will blaze in our daytime sky, brighter than the moon. But at 600 light-years away, it will be a spectacle, not a threat. And do not forget the long, slow danger of our own sun. In a few billion years, it will swell into a red giant, and the Earth, our safe harbor, will be scorched and quite possibly swallowed whole. Every shield has an expiry date. A supernova, though, is only the beginning, because sometimes a dying star leaves behind something far more dangerous than the explosion itself. When a massive star collapses, its core can be crushed into a neutron star, a city-sized ball so dense that a single teaspoon of it would weigh as much as a mountain. And some neutron stars are nightmares. The most extreme of them are called magnetars. They possess the strongest magnetic fields in the entire universe, trillions of times stronger than Earth's. A magnetar is so powerful that if one passed within 100,000 miles of you, its magnetic field alone would tear apart the atoms in your body. You would be dissolved, not by heat or force, but by pure magnetism. In 2004, a single starquake on a magnetar thousands of light years away struck the Earth with enough force to partially disturb our atmosphere. From thousands of light years away, that is the reach of these monsters. And yet, even the magnetar is not the deadliest thing out there. That title belongs to the single most violent event in the known universe. The gamma ray burst. When certain giant stars collapse, or when two neutron stars collide, they can fire twin beams of gamma radiation into space. In just a few seconds, a gamma ray burst releases more energy than our sun will produce in its entire 10 billion year lifetime. These beams are so focused and so deadly that a gamma ray burst pointed at Earth from thousands of light years away could scorch the atmosphere and cause a global extinction. Some scientists suspect one may have already done exactly that hundreds of millions of years ago. And the threat is not purely hypothetical. A star called WR114, some 8,000 light-years away, is a spinning stellar time bomb. And by some measurements, one of its poles, where a future gamma-ray burst could erupt, may be aimed almost directly at us. Almost. The terrifying part is that we would never see it coming. Traveling at the speed of light, the burst would arrive at the exact same moment as the first warning that it existed at all. Now, let us talk about the objects that do not explode, but simply devour. Black holes. And the most frightening ones are not the giants at the centers of galaxies. They are the small, wandering ones. Scattered through our galaxy are millions of rogue black holes, the dark remnants of dead stars, drifting silently and invisibly through space. We cannot see them. We can only detect them by the way they bend the light of stars behind them. And when a wandering black hole does catch a passing star, the result is gruesome. Astronomers call it a tidal disruption event. The star is stretched into a long stream of glowing gas and devoured, flaring brighter than an entire galaxy as it dies. If one drifted through our solar system, it could fling the planets out of their orbits long before we ever knew it was there. A silent, unstoppable wrecking ball, moving through the dark. And at the very center of our galaxy sits the largest local threat of all. A supermassive black hole called Sagittarius, a star 4 million times the mass of the Sun, surrounded by a swarm of stars whipping around it at millions of miles per hour. Thankfully, we are a safe 26,000 light years away from it. Out here, in the quiet suburbs of the Milky Way, we are far from the crowded, violent, radiation-soaked core. And our galaxy as black hole is, for now, sleeping. But in other galaxies, the central black holes are wide awake and feeding, blasting out radiation as quasars, the brightest and most violent objects in all of creation. Any world near one would be sterilized in a heartbeat. There are stranger dangers still. Hypervelocity stars, flung away from the galactic center at millions of miles per hour. Entire suns turned into runaway bullets crossing the galaxy. And kilonovae, the titanic collisions of two neutron stars, so powerful they forge gold and platinum out of pure chaos and ripple the very fabric of space with gravitational waves. These collisions may even forge the strangest substance imaginable. Strange matter. A form of matter so bizarre that, in theory, a single speck of it could touch ordinary matter and convert it, spreading outward until an entire world becomes a lump of something new. It is almost certainly impossible. Almost. But perhaps the most dangerous place of all is also the most common. The empty space between the stars itself. A near-perfect vacuum, soaked in radiation, hundreds of degrees below freezing. Unprotected in that void, without a suit, you would not explode, as the movies claim. But the moisture on your tongue would boil, your lungs would fail in seconds, and the cold and radiation would do the rest. Space does not hate you, it is simply, completely indifferent. And beyond all of these lurks a danger so absolute it would end not just the planet, but reality itself. Some physicists believe our universe rests in a false calm, and that a single bubble of true vacuum, expanding at the speed of light, could one day rewrite the laws of physics and erase everything. We would never see it arrive. So when you look up at the calm and beautiful night sky, remember what it truly is: a gallery of magnificent, silent monsters, each one capable of ending worlds. These are not distant abstractions. Every one of them is out there right now, somewhere in the sky above you, spinning, colliding, exploding, and drifting silently through the dark. And remember how astonishingly lucky you are to live on a shielded world, orbiting a stable star in a quiet corner of a vast galaxy during a rare age of calm. The universe is trying to kill you. It always has been. And yet, here you are, alive and safe enough to wonder about it all. That is not nothing. That is very nearly a miracle. Stay safe out there. And get spaced out.